Do you know the CONIFA World Cup?
The CONIFA World Cup? No.
No. No, I don't know.
Like the World Cup? Yes.
Yeah,
Soccer.
Yeah, but CONIFA World Cup?
No, tell us about it.
Okay, it's the World Cup for non-recognized countries.
So like my country,
What is your country?
Trinidad and Tobago.
It is recognized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is for...
For the first time, we'll have 16 teams in the tournament. So far, we had only 12 teams, and for the first time, they will come from 5 different continents. So starting from Tuvalu, which is actually a UN-recognized nation in Oceania, who unfortunately are not a full member of FIFA, they will send the national team for the first time to an international tournament. They never played outside of their continent. Then we do have 3 teams coming from Africa, one of them being a diaspora, which is Baraba, but also Matabeleland, which is coming from deep south in Zimbabwe, having mainly semi-professional players in the team. Many of them failed the professional academies and now are playing for Matabeleland. We are having teams from Asia, like the United Koreans of Japan, which are North and South Koreans who grew up in Japan and got together for that representative side. We have Tibet coming from the Indian diaspora, from the refugee camps in India, and even a team from North America for the first time with Cascadia. Cascadia is representing a bioregion actually on the west coast of America, so parts of northern US, but also Vancouver in Canada. So it's a very diverse setup. We have a couple of teams with professional players. We have UN-recognized nations like Tuvalu, we have minorities. It's a very, very broad scope, really.
Come on. Win the ball or not?
And it's flat.
It's flat. It's flat. Two more. Right, take that out. Okay, come on, let's go. Use that one. Cut that down.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome our 2 teams out for this evening.
And please stand up for the national anthem of Tamil Elam.
Wat denk je dat eigenlijk het beeld is dat Nederlanders hebben van Tamil?
Nederlands hebben van Tamil, ja, dat moet u zeggen. Wat is uw beeld van ons?
We see the Sri Lankan government as the terrorist organization. We see that they're attacking the people who are now defenseless. That there's been a lot of genocide and atrocities. They've used the Sri Lankan government has used chemical weapons and things on the Tamil people. They've targeted hospitals. It's all on the UN report.
Played by Sean Lucian, into the middle, into the box. Lucian goes down once again. For Umar Sunderlingham to sort it out. Plays for FC Supernova in Canada. And it will be Sean Lucian to step up. Right-footed, up against Umesh.
Hey, put it the wrong way.
Afgelopen 10 jaar is het alweer gekalmeerd. Dus hij is nu gewoon rustig.
The Sri Lankan government is still attacking the people, and I think the actual reason for a military organization came about because the Sri Lankan government has always been sort of anti-Tamil.
Het was eerst ook zo van als je bijvoorbeeld bij de Tamil selectie speelt, kon je Sri Lanka niet in, bijvoorbeeld. Maar nu kan je gewoon daar naartoe gaan op vakantie. Bijvoorbeeld die rechtsback van ons, hij gaat over 2 weken gewoon op vakantie. Niks aan de hand.
Participating in this event, do you consider it political? Is it a political statement?
That's a beautiful question.
It sounds a bit like that though.
Okay, I don't think you can separate politics from anything. So, you know, if you would ask me, would I consider England participating in World Cup as political? Then, if it is, then yeah, this is. If this isn't, then that isn't. Do you know what I mean?
Kwon bringing the ball out and sending it forward to his captain, Sufi. Top back,
He's
been
through
fabulous
again.
once again. Another excellent ball out towards Johnny Critchlow. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Critchlow!
All honesty, was that a cross or a goal? A cross or a shot?
Dinked it over the keeper like he wasn't there. Reminiscent of David Beckham versus West Ham United in 2003.
Yeah, oh look, here we go. This is the song.
There he is, it's Waleed Mohammed. He's taken it past the keeper. Can Waleed Mohammed finish it off? He's brought down.
Possibly a red card as well.
And there is a penalty.
And it has to be a red card, and it's really
He's
sad
the last
for him,
man,
but
wasn't
just
he?
has to be. So what's the gig?
Hold on,
better
Sean
watch the
Lucian
penalty
steps
first.
up. He
4-0.
grabs Barnes
Game over.
forward, and I think that's the end for Tamal Elam.
I think there were 2 really interesting things that stood out to me about this CONIFA World Football Club. The first being the pessimism that some people now have towards the FIFA World Cup, the extravagance of modern day football, the largesse, you know, the obscene amount of money earned by some of the very top players. And I think this concept is far more grassroots. The idea that all the players here and the managers, they have day jobs, the fact that very small regions and territories, and the Isle of Man, I believe, is the nearest nation to the UK as we know it to be competing here. The idea that they can kind of have a place on the international stage to come and play football was really fascinating. And I think the other thing also at the moment that is key is the question of identity, a really important question that's being asked very much in this country with Brexit, with everything that's going on, where people consider themselves to be from, where people consider their loyalties to lie. It's a concept and a question that I don't think anyone has straightforward answers to. I was just speaking to one of the managers here from Barawa, who are going to play here tonight. Now that's a region of Somalia which I had never heard of until today. Now he's a British Somali, and I asked him, does he consider himself to be British or Somalian or Barawan, because he's playing for Barawa tonight, and to be honest, he doesn't have a straightforward answer to that. Who does?
You grew up in Barawa, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Barawa.
What do you remember of that time?
A lot.
My name is Omar Sufi, I'm 24 years old, I'm a student and I'm the captain of the Barawa national team.
My name is Yusuf Sufi, I'm 48 years old. I'm part of Barawa management and I'm also Omar's brother. And the thing I remember is, it's like when you drive towards Barawa and you come in, you come like up a hill and you come down, you see like you're in another world. It's like paradise. You see houses and then you see the sea and then you see the lighthouse. It's like, that's it. I am where I want to be. And when you do go down, you see the marketplace, you see all the fruits, everyone's selling.
Fish.
It's bubbly fish. Yeah, you see everyone is like, you know, it's like selling things quick. Everyone is selling everything.
Yeah.
And you see everyone is just happy. You don't see anyone, you know, sad or anything. Everyone is happy. The people are happy. In Barawa we had one pitch and we used to have like 2 areas. Each side they had their own team and we used to play against each other. It used to be a big thing. It's like the whole town, like there'll be no one in the town. Everyone will be supporting their side. And it was like, it's not like what you got here with the astroturf and grass. It's just plain sand. And the other thing we used to play, they used to call it Nkonko. What it is, it's like a small bubbly ball, like maybe made of rubber band or something. And what happens, it's like you can say it's not hockey, it's not ice hockey, it's like ice hockey being played in the beach. That's how it was. So the farther you hit, is the win you get, and you see everyone running after it. And it was funny because when you hit it, the wind drags it to the sea, and then you don't know where it's dropped, and then everyone jumps in to go look for it.
Sounds like fun. You had a good time, man.
It was a good time.
Would you go back?
Why not? Anytime.
Well, Abkhazia is, in Abkhaz language, is a country of soul. It's situated in the Black Sea Caucasus, and between Black Sea and Caucasus Mountains. So Abkhazia has a very ancient history.
So I'm here, I work with Free Tibet. We're a campaigning organisation that campaigns on behalf of Tibetans all over the world who want freedom in their own country, who want there to be recognised as a nation.
In 1992, 1993, it has war with Georgia, and in 2008, Russian Federation recognized the Abkhazian independence, as it also recognized the independence of the Republic of South Ossetia. And so after that, we are seeking broader international recognition.
I think it's really important for Tibet because, I mean, they're not a UN member state, so most governments around the world consider them to be consider Tibet to be a part of China.
Recently, about three days ago, one more country recognized Abkhazia, Syrian Arab Republic, and it's like very important for us.
It's a big deal for them to be able to play with the Tibetan colours, with Tibet written on their shirt, with the Tibetan team, and to just have that recognition on, it's not FIFA, but on this stage against other people from all over the world, just to be recognised as Tibet, just to be recognised for their heritage and their culture. Hopefully, see them get a victory today.
I don't really care about the game, it's more about the people actually and how passionate they are. We just asked them a few questions and they were only talking about politics, how important it is to put the flag up, and how they never got the opportunity actually to support their team in any sport. And it's quite surprising for us here. We have, I don't know, we all have our country and we all been growing up with the World Cups, etc. And this time, these children, everybody, it's the first time they see their team play, and it's quite interesting, I find.
Yes, what we mean by political neutral is that we strictly forbid any kind of political campaigning. So we had one famous case where we had to sanction a team for that. That was in a World Football Cup in Abkhazia, the Chagos Islands, which is a very small island group in the Indian Ocean. And all the inhabitants of that island were deported to the UK some 60 years ago to make room for an American military base on the island. So they had a flag at the tournament where it was stitched on "Let us return." And while in this case even the courts in the UK agree they should return, and we all agree personally we can't let it happen that any political campaigning like that is present in our tournaments. So any Free Tibet campaign will be strictly forbidden to be visible. What we allow them is to have the national anthem and to have the flag, and that's basically it.
Obviously, that's a question I put to the co-founder of CONIFA. Has there been any opposition to it? Because obviously there's nations and regions competing here that are at the heart of very tense political disputes, and in the past, disputes that have become violent.
For the 2018 World Cup in London, there was a protest from a civil society organization of Cypriots, Greek Cypriots, who tried to protest against the Northern Cyprus team. The ambassador of Cyprus to the UK protested to some of the clubs that rent the stadium to us and asked them to not rent the stadium for matches of the Northern Cyprus match. So we do have that kind of opposition at times.
So is it necessarily a good idea for a tournament to be giving a platform to nations and territories where those disputes haven't yet been settled?
Having a national team in itself can be a political statement, but not more a political statement than not having a national team. So, I mean, in FIFA you have teams like Palestine or Kosovo, which is a political statement to kind of recognizing those entities which are not recognized by all politicians in the world. And we don't think it's worse than that to recognize Northern Cyprus. And we never would take a stand on if Northern Cyprus should be an independent country or not. We literally don't care.
Over there we have like a corner store, and you know, I used to go there and buy normal sweets like any normal human being would, right? But I had a few dodgy friends who they used to steal quite a lot from there, and the guy used to come out running and chasing us, and we'd just separate. One will go that way, another will go straight along, one will come out this way, another one will go the other way, because the store is at a bad location. Okay, because the store is there, one street comes out, one street goes there, one street comes this way, the other street goes that way. So everyone will just run separate ways. This was my local pitch. I'd come here and spend hours a day, hours and hours and hours. You know, if you rule this pitch, you rule the whole of the whole estate. So you be the man on this pitch, you're the man, you know, you're the absolute man. You're the man, show me you're the man. Show me you're the man. Oh, that's because I'm the man, you know.
Make sure you do your research, go on YouTube, alright, watch our games, follow us, okay?
So do I subscribe to you?
Absolutely. Alright, you're from Somalia.
Barawa.
And you don't know Barawa?
He's Polish.
No, I'm not Polish.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're Spanish then. His name's Santiago and he's Polish.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my cousin Steve.
Santiago, where are you from?
Swear, I was born here, right? My parents got from Poland. I've got the same cousin with the same name as me.
Abdullah.
We're in that cycle now where we've got people of Omar's age who are British citizens, British born, are having their own kids. And it's important for them to know where their identity is and where their culture is and for them to be proud of where they're from.
Most Somalis, they really don't even know us that we exist.
Yeah.
I was there 8-9 months ago, they thought I was Indian.
Yeah.
Hindi. Right. I say I'm not Hindu, I'm Brawa. Oh, Brawa. We
bumped into children at the football pitch, and they were Somali children, and they had no idea where Barawa was. This tournament for us is all about awareness and recognition, just making sure people know where Barawa is, because a lot of people had no clue before the tournament started.
What's your identity then? Is it English? Is it Somali? Is it Barawan?
I think it differs for everyone. I was born here, so they say I'm the first British born. But of course, my heritage, my background, my parents, my grandparents, they're all from Barawa. So I would say I'm Bravanese first, of course. But I do have some British values that being born here is gonna be raised up in.
Yeah, is it the same for you, or?
And I was born in the UK, my family from Yemen, and it was always, I think the older you get, the more you see yourself developing into your parents, and the more your culture takes over. As a youngster I was English, you know, in fact I was Scouser before I was English, I was born in Liverpool. And I say, yeah, the older you get, the more you pull towards your heritage. You look at your parents and what your parents valued, whereas as a child, you generally look at your friends, you look at what your friends value and what your environment says, and you're more of a product of your environment. And so as you get older, your culture and heritage has a real big pull on who you are. So yeah.
Please stand up for the national anthem of Cascadia.
One thing, we've never played them, so we don't know how they are. We don't know at all.
Oh, Cascadia. Cascadia is a bioregion that's in the Pacific Northwest of North America.
Yeah, Cascadia is Portland, Seattle, Vancouver.
I think that our message is one of harmony and peace, not only with nature, but with other people and each other.
And for me, it's an eco-friendly place. We have very progressive, liberal people there, and people that love the environment and love their football.
So you'll see at the center of our flag, you have the Douglas fir, which we call the Doug. And it's a tree that grows within the bioregional area of Cascadia. And it's set up behind a rainbow flag, which is a symbol of diversity and also of the LGBT community. And in Cascadia, we encourage all people to express themselves and to be, their best. And so this not only shows pride in Cascadia, but also pride for people who are lesbian, gay, bi, and transgender.
We look very, very, very tired. I know a lot of us have got a lot of knocks, and we need to make some calls. Yeah, because I want to make one change in 5 minutes. But Willie, how you feeling? You finished, yeah? Yeah? Okay. Like I said, we'll change it up. But guys, it's important. The first 10, they're going 100 miles an hour. We have to hit them on the counter. We were reserving energy, and I'm glad you reserved energy, because the game ain't won in one half. Okay? Completely gone, yeah? It's really, really important. That first 10, guys, we do not lose the battle. We do not lose our shape. We do not lose our discipline. Because 3-1 then, it gets a little bit tricky. We're going to feel every knock. We're going to be that little bit more tired. The boys that are fasting are going to be drained. Yeah? So hang in there for the first 10.
Second half, yeah?
Second half.
Second half. You're going to see it. Don't switch that off.
Yeah, it was just towards the end in the corner on the throw-ins. He's hit me once in the face. I let it go. Does it again about 10-15 seconds later, it hits me in the face again. And so at the very end, I just give him a push, you know, like after that, just lost my head a bit, just gave him a little shove. Turns around, hits me again for the third time. And then, you know, the boys got in the middle of it and separated it.
What happened was unfortunate, but I don't think there was a great big deal.
At the end, he was frustrated that they were losing, I guess, and just, you know, lost his head.
It was just a bit tempers flaring.
The ref gave us both red cards. Hopefully they can look back at the video and see what happened and do something about this, because, you know, I don't feel I deserved a red card. Maybe a yellow card for, you know, a shove, but that's not a red card for me. No way.
Chaos as locals carry victims of a landmine blast that targeted a packed soccer stadium in Somalia. Outside the hospital, families seek the answers about the living or the dead. Militant group Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility for the latest blast, which occurred in the southwestern port town of Barawe, some 200 kilometers southwest of Mogadishu. Before the attack, two of the district's top teams were battling it out as hundreds of enthusiastic fans cheered on. Witnesses say that the remote control device went off minutes after kickoff.
They were playing, but what like Al-Shabaab done, they were after the government people, so they set a bomb up, but it just killed 4 innocent people who just come to watch the football, which is not nice.
Horrible.
Very horrible. Especially with us, we were planning for the CONIFA and everything, and it's the last thing you want to hear is death. And to happen exactly back home, that was hard to take. It was really hard. I heard in the news and I was at work. It's like I forgot everything what I was doing. You know, you never know, somebody could have lost a brother, an uncle, a cousin. You don't know.
Over here, we're playing football, we're enjoying, we're talking about tactics, about strategy. And we don't worry about safety, but for them, the first priority is making sure that they come out of the game all healthy.
Well, Ellen Bannon is basically, it's the Celtic name for the Isle of Man in the Irish Sea.
The Isle of Man is kind of semi-independent already.
It's a bit like the Catalans, if you like, and the Basques in Spain.
It's not part of the United Kingdom. It's directly attached to the British Crown, so it belongs to the Queen.
We competed in the CONIFA World Cup because there's absolutely no chance that we would be able to get into UEFA. On the background, we're unfortunate, like Gibraltar have got in and other smaller countries have got in, but the Isle of Man wouldn't be able to do that because we seem to be backed up with the English FA.
They're a very, very physical side, very good side. You know, they are where they are, they're top of the group.
So you can't take anything for granted because there are ways that we could go out today.
We had a really, really tough game yesterday. Unfortunately, we got players injured, players suspended. You know, the squad is depleted. Energy levels, enthusiasm is down.
We've cleared our diaries for next weekend when the final is.
Yeah.
Because we think they're going to get there. Okay.
Prediction? No, that's tempting fate.
And now we've just had that red card for Elan Venanin. So they're right up against it, down to 10 men and down 2-0. As it stands, Barrow will be going through to the quarterfinals because this is the final group game in Group A, and the other game has Cascadia leading Tamil Alaman 2-0. So as it stands, we think that Barrow and Cascadia are going through to the quarterfinals.
chance of winning now?
No.
No.
No. It's a straight, flat no. If you want to pick a favourite for the tournament, it'll come from Padania or Slegliland. And if I was a betting man, I'd go home and put my house on Padania. Okay. They're a really good side.
And no Barawa?
No Barawa. No, they're not good enough.
Matabeleland was a very special story because all their visas have been rejected 5 days before they wanted to come. And then Bruce Grobbelaar, who is a Liverpool legend, he basically called the president of Zimbabwe and said, we need a support letter from you. And we again called the English migration authorities and provided that letter to them. So in the end, all of the players got a visa.
How did you end up in this tournament?
I'm not in the tournament. I'm a goalkeeping coach, but they've put me in as a number and I will be sitting on a bench today because our goalkeeper got sent off in the last game. The goalkeeper got sent off in the last game. We're down to one goalkeeper, so they didn't have another goalkeeper. What's my relationship with Matabeleland? This is where I grew up in Zimbabwe. I'm from Bulawayo. And the people of Bulawayo are the Matabeles, and that's my relationship.
He bought new football shoes for all of his players. He's so excited that he actually wants to play in a tournament all the time. So he's on the squad, and being nearly 60, he wants to make a comeback.
So there's a chance you're playing tonight?
No,
today? No,
there's no chance.
No chance.
Because the goalkeeper that's playing won't get sent off.
The problem for Matabeleland is that the average income in the region is about $1.50 to $2 a day. So obviously it was very hard for them to raise funds to bring 25 people from Zimbabwe to the UK.
I think we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the generosity of everyone. You know, the population of England, the population of America, Netherlands, whatever. People donated very kindly to us, and we're so happy. We're so glad that people were generous. And I tell you what, I've got my fingers crossed that it's going to show a cameo 5-10 minutes. I've got my fingers crossed. I've got £5 on him going in, so I'm hoping so. This is about, it's nothing political, but we have been marginalized as a people. The people of Matabeleland have been marginalized, and we're just happy that we're here and the world knows about us we're happy that the world is aware of. We're happy that, you know, we're here and we're putting ourselves out there where we are, you know, I can't put it in words, you know. CONIFA has done us really a good favor.
There's no such a thing as a wish for independence in Matabeleland, or?
Not in a country like Zimbabwe. It's all together.
Everybody knows Cyprus, but you know there are two communities in Cyprus.
Northern Cyprus is the part of the Cyprus where the Turkish Cypriots are living, where we have our independent country and republic.
We have a government, you know.
We are living there free and independent.
In the south, the Greek Cypriots claim that they are the known government. They always, let's say, construct obstacles.
We want to play international. We want to form friendship matches because even we can't play the friendship matches with the abroad teams, even the Turkey teams.
You know, Eurovision Song Contest takes place every year. Sometimes some musicians from north part demands to take part in the Eurovision Song Contest, but they don't let us. They always construct obstacles.
And because of the political issues, we can't be a member of the FIFA yet. So we have the CONIFA that we making the international friendly or the officially matches with the abroad.
The games are getting tougher and tougher and tougher, and we have so many injuries at the moment.
Yeah, do you consider yourself to be favourites today? Or?
Always. Who doesn't?
We don't have much on the bench. That's the only problem.
How many men do you have on the bench?
2 or 3. And some people are coming from work and they're going to try and rush to get here. We've got 1 at the moment and 2 on their way from work. You know, because it's a working week last time. Some of them work in education, in schools. So last week they were off, this week they have to pay the bills.
We are expecting to win the match and go to semi-finals.
You know, this is a grassroots team that we're running. You know, we can't afford to give everyone time off or everyone can take holiday. I love it, man.
1-0 öndeyiz. Dakikalık. Topla buluşan isim Hüseyin. Ve çalan bir bey 45 dakika sonra Turan'ın attığı golle skor 3-0 oluyor. 8 dakikada 58 4-0 oluyor skor. Öne dışarı gelecek ve dinlendirilecek. Salih Say, Ahmet Sönmez ikilisi savunma hatları. Şimdi rakibimizden boşluk bulmakta zorlanıyor. Savunmadan çıkmaya çalışırken
Ja, sicherlich, wenn die Momente so.
The football is just second. First comes is that closeness. If you see, I would show you later, or maybe you've seen it. My nieces and nephews under 8s, they've written something for him. It came tears from my eyes. Like it's just because of the football. If there was not football, I don't think they would have sat down and written what they've written about him.
So this is what my niece, who's only 8 years old, made for the Barawa team. She wrote, "No matter how near or far apart, Barawa will always be in my heart. Barawa is the best team in the world. We will never forget you. B is for brilliant because of how proud you make us. A is for astonishing because of how you shock the crowd. R is for red, one of the colors of the flag. A is for amazing because you make us speechless. W is for wow because there is no word for you. A is for Ali, the captain's middle name." Amazing, man. Really, really amazing. I'm just so proud of them. So proud.
In Abkhazia, where we had our last World Football Cup, an elderly woman stated in a TV interview, that's the first time that all Abkhazians together won something. Because in the national team of Abkhazia, you have ethnic Abkhaz, you have ethnic Georgians, ethnic Armenians, ethnic Russians, who are all Abkhazian citizens, and they all together achieved something, and not against anyone. They just achieved something by doing something beautiful, which is playing football, and not by fighting a war. And that's what we try to promote.
Look at them Northern Cypriot fans behind the goal. Gurki will step up, right-footed, and he slots it home. Gurki with the opener. Spot, he's up against Feyerbaya. Mehmet, saves by Feyer! Billy Mehmet misses the first penalty for Northern Cyprus.
It was a good save. It was going in the bottom corner. It was a very good save of the keeper.
Fans are crowded. Here comes Toma. Slots it home past Hassan Piro.
That was ballsy, right in the middle.
Here goes Yasin Kurt, right-footed, saved by Bella!
Oh my God, 2 saves in a row.
I believe. Here comes Bax, and he's missed it off the bar, and things get interesting now.
That gets it. Game on.
He looks like he's going to be going down the middle the way he's lining it up. Watch out for our cameraman. Left-footed, slams it home. Emphatic penalty.
No doubt at all.
Here goes Sandor. Oh, saved by Hassan Piro. Ursulan steps up left-footed. Oh, he's done it. They're back on level terms. Game on here at Enfield. And it's slotted home by Alex Sveduk. And it's advantage. Carpatria. Turan. Northern Cyprus stands with you, Halil.
They need to score this. They need to score this.
Here comes Halil Turan, right-footed, and it's saved! And Carpatria have won the CONIFA World Football Cup 2018! Couple of selfies being taken there. Don't mind a selfie here and there, selfie. And there it is, Carpatria win the CONIFA World Football Cup 2018. From absolute zeros to heroes. The men from Ukraine have won it, surprising everyone, beating the favourites. Unreal.